You're listening to the Chronicles of Living podcast, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. Now let's talk. Greetings, my visionary dreamers. I know that sounds horrible, sorry. Well, how's everybody doing on You Can Do It Wednesdays? This is Adionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from the world, saving you from drowning in yourself. Get out your way. Get out of your way, y'all. And today, in case you're just tuning in, this is your first time ever coming across this podcast. This is Chronicles-of-Livin-podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. You know us normal folks. That's what this show is for. I just keep it all the way real, and I just talk about just different situations everybody is facing from time to time, or rather be you, rather be a friend, rather be a family member, and I just try to decode some of the things, and hopefully everybody that's listening gets something out of it, or if they don't get something out of it, they can share it with a friend to get something out of it, whichever way it go. So today's topic is live for today and let tomorrow fix itself. Live for today and let tomorrow fix itself. And y'all might say, okay, what's up with this topic? Well, what's up with this topic is that I just made it up. At 6:48 today, just now, okay? It just came to my head. I'm not even going to say I made it up, okay? I'm just going to say my spirit just brought it to my head because today was one of those days, and I decided that I wanted to squeeze in a little meditation class before I came on today. So that's why I'm on my Musa. I'm so calm right now. And plus it's this location. I was listening back to some of the shows. I try to do that from time to time. One, to see how much I improved as far as, staying to topic, making sure it's not too boring. I hope it's not boring to you. And just making sure I don't be redundant about, far as the topics. Now, the topics are always going to be somewhat in the realm that they are, because basically when I'm talking to you as visionary dreamers, to those who've never heard none of my other podcast shows and just stumbled upon this one, a visionary dreamer is all of us, because it's not just people that have these amazing talents and gifts and know how to invent things. It's not just that. Visionary dreamers is anybody that dreams about anything. So if you are a teenager and you just dreaming about going to college, okay, you're a dreamer. You got a vision that you see yourself in college. If you are an adult and you dream about a whole new career, that is a dream. You're a visionary dreamer. If you are a person that's in the service and you dream about coming home, that is a dream. You are a visionary dreamer. All of us at some point in our life have a dream or a vision. But the reason why I decided to stay very just real with this podcast is because it's not many podcasts out here that just talk, just regular conversation about regular things in life, not too serious, not trying to stay up with, keep up with the Joneses and worry about this celebrity, that celebrity, this politician, that yes, it might come into play in a conversation, but that's what this podcast is. It's just a big old conversation, from each topic to each topic. It's just that I can't hear y'all what y'all saying back to me. That's all it is. But I'm just conversating with y'all. That's all I'm doing. I'm just conversating with y'all. And and keeping it real about real situations like today. I really, I know I sometimes push it when I come on, and I if I got a busy day going on, or if I'm driving somewhere and I got to pull over to a gas station or whatever to get the show to come on. But that is some real stuff. That is some real stuff, y'all. And that's why I guess this topic popped in my head. Now, all while I was coming from meditation, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 6:30. I was in it for an hour. That meditation was very good because I didn't even realize it was that long. And we did some movements, for our joints, our body, our joints, and, just to make sure that we move in our body and everything is circulating right, our blood and everything is flowing right. And a lot of people mistake what meditation is, but I'm trying to tell y'all it is so good. It's so good for you, for your health, for your body, your mind, and just clearing your head, And I say all that to say, maybe that's why it popped in. Live for today and let tomorrow fix itself, I was just living in the moment, and even though I didn't have the topic ready for you guys and I just didn't have a clue and I'm rushing, I'm like, okay, that's not going to stop me from doing the show. I'm going to, whatever comes to mind when I sit down and I clip on the mic and all of that, that's what I'm going with. And I'm just going to trust that my spirit is just going to talk to y'all. That's what it's about, A lot of us get so hung up on things being so perfect. Things just gotta flow this perfect way, and if it don't, we get all crazy and just, oh my gosh, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? And I think that this particular topic stuck because it was a couple of them that jumped in my head and I was like, that's not it, but this one stuck probably because I had a conversation with a loved one last night, and about that, you got something going on and you worrying about this thing now, but regardless of you worrying or not, however it's going to turn out, it's going to turn out. Whatever is going to happen, whenever you have something that is pressing you, whatever it is, rather be maybe your child acting up, or maybe a bill that just came unexpectedly, or just anything that's just something that just hit you outside of the box, and you get this instant worry, concern, or, now don't get me wrong, we're human, so of course things that just come from this sideline is going to catch your attention in a way where you're going to have to give it attention. It's just the way you give it attention. Are you going to let whatever it is ruin your day? You could be having a beautiful day, and all of a sudden you come home and you check your mail and you got this unexpected bill, but it's due right away, and how much you're about to get paid. And you just frantic because you're like, okay, I don't have enough money right at this moment to pay whatever this bill is. If you don't have enough money to pay whatever the bill is for right then, and I'm not trying to sit up here and say, okay, toss the bill to the side. What I'm saying to you is, worrying is not going to change the situation. It is not. I don't care how hard you worry. Like, ooh, I'm going to worry real good today, and when I finish worrying real good, the bill going to be paid. No, it's not. Okay? But, and I guess maybe this is coming off the other topic too, a calm mind makes great decisions. I guess this can kind of tie into that. And I noticed that sometimes some of the topics will be kind of back to back similar. And I think that might be, my spirit felt like, okay, it wasn't enough said, and maybe I need to hit y'all from a different angle so you could really get it. But on some real, like, if you're in a situation that you can't change for that moment, worrying is not going to change the situation. It is not. You need to just focus on what you can do, focus on what's in front of you for today, and be joyful. Seriously. I know this sounds crazy, but I have learned to do that. I really, truly have. It was a work in progress, but I noticed more and more I do things like that. And if things come to me, a situation or whatever, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this all about? I just toss it to the side and I just be like, okay, I gotta think about this. Okay, God, show me what to do with this. And I just leave it until I can fix it, so I leave it for tomorrow until it fixes itself, basically. So just perfect example. Okay. It's Thanksgiving. I want to go see my mom. She lives in Ohio. Now I need brakes. I got to do all of this stuff with my car. I got some situations going on with the car, and everything is all at once. Plus I got to travel. Plus I got to drive. I got to drive all these hours, and it's like a lot, to think about, but it's really not. And so I'm like, I don't want to kick out all this money right now. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling her, she's like, she want to look out with her. I'm like, no, it's like all of a sudden, because I left it alone, and I'm like, I just stopped thinking about it. And I'm just like, it's going to take care of itself. It's going to take care of itself. Everything that I need to get done, it's going to take care of itself. That was the mindset that I had. Well, lo and behold, I check my mail, and there's a check in there. Another unexpected check. I mean, when I say unexpected, it's all money that's owed to me, but it's just money I just forgot about, put it that way. And I ain't trying to say like, oh, I just got money falling out of trees. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, sometimes when you don't focus on what the issue is, it will fix itself in an unexpected way. I've had it done time and time and time again. So I'm telling you from experience, stuff just falling in my lap sometimes because of the fact that I'm not worried about it. Because of the fact I just made up in my mind that I'm going to believe what God says. And if he says to you that you will be self-sufficient, you will always have more than enough, and your needs will be provided, I trust him. And I trust also that when certain things happen and you're not prepared for it, that if it's not met in a time that you need it to be met, then obviously it's not meant to be met at that time. I know that might sound crazy, but I can recall different situations where, like for instance, the money that came in the middle of the day, actually I was that check was supposed to come to me like probably maybe 2 months ago, but I forgot about it. And I got a call saying that they didn't have the right address or something that came back to them. So I had to give them the right address, and then I forgot about it again, And then all of a sudden, I'm walking past the mailbox and I see my mail slide. And I'm like, what is that? And I go get it, and bam, there you go. Money in the bank. So it's like, you gotta learn to control what you can't control. I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, you gotta learn to control what you can't control. So in other words, you gotta learn to control your thoughts when it comes to something that you can't control, an issue that you really are not in the position to control. Let's say it that way. You know what I mean? Because you're going to drive yourself crazy. You don't need to drive yourself crazy. It's so much more in life that you can focus on. It's so, like, it's plenty of times that things happen or whatever throughout my day, and I had to do the show, and I could have just been like, I don't feel like it. I don't want to do the show because I got this certain thing on my mind. But actually, the show is kind of therapy for me. It's therapeutic for me. It's something that I love to do. It's my passion. So therefore, that's what I'm saying. When you shift and you focus on what is good at that present time, then what you think is not so good, it's not gonna go away. But when you look back at it again, it's not going to be as bad as it looked the first time. If you get what I'm saying. It'll just all of a sudden, if you continue to focus on what's good in front of you, what you got going on in front of you, rather be, your spouse, you having a good day, your spouse comes in from work and, he says something nice to you or whatever, or your kid comes in and give you a big old hug, or your doggone Fifi comes to you and gives you, wags its tail and want to jump on you. You focus on things like that in times that seem a little rough, and it softens the blow. It softens what's really going on, because in case you didn't know, when issues happen out of nowhere, it's all a distraction. It's all a test. It's all gonna challenge you to put forth your best, to see what you're really made of. You know what I mean? And I refuse to continue to repeat the same test. I decided a long while ago that when something comes and on my lap and I look at it and I'm like, okay, this is a test. This is a freaking test right here. I'm going to pass this test, because guess what? I'm not repeating it. Because if you ever notice that if you go through certain things in life that you go through that really pretty much steal your joy. Like, you could be happy for this one moment, and then all of a sudden something happens, and then you're just unhappy for the rest of the day. It just stole all your joy, all your good energy, just sucked it right out of you. And then you react to that situation in a way that you shouldn't, in a way that just made the day worse. Well, if you continue to react that way to that same type of situation, you're going to continue to attract the same type of situation. And it might not be back to back, but I guarantee you this, it'll be the next year. It'll be the next month, because that is all a part of why we're here. We're here to grow. We're here to learn. We're here to experience life and to gather the information and to gather what we've learned from it, to learn how to live in harmony, learn how to be thankful. All of these things we're here to learn to do. So, because see, when we learn to be thankful, we learn how to just keep our peace and how to, stay happy. And I'm not being unrealistic here. I mean, you're going to have your days, but what I'm saying is, majority of the time, 90% of the time, you can be happy with and content with where you are in life until you get to where you're going. Like, a lot of time we so focused on where we need to go on our tomorrow. We so focused on that. Well, I'll feel better when next year come and I get a raise. I'll feel better when next year come and we move to a new house. I'll feel better when next year come and I go to a new school. I mean, whatever. You gotta learn to enjoy today and let tomorrow fix itself, because tomorrow will fix itself. I'm sure if you probably sit there and you think back on the times that you went through obstacles, you went through struggles, and if you really think back on those obstacles and those struggles, close your eyes and really think about like one of the worst times, one of the worst situations that you could ever imagine yourself being in that you overcame. You overcame it. You here today. You overcame that big obstacle, that struggle, whatever it was. You overcame it. And you might be in a struggle right now. If you're in a struggle right now, if you facing an obstacle in your way right now to get to the next level in life or whatever, you really need to think about all the things that you overcame. Because I'm sure it's plenty of them. I'm sure. I don't care if it was in a small way, you overcame it. It might not have been the exact way you wanted to overcome it. And sometimes it might not be the exact same way you want to overcome it. It might turn out to be better than what you wanted to overcome. You know what I'm saying? And in the way that you wanted to overcome it. So you got to start thinking backwards sometimes. Now, I know I talk about stop rewinding the tape, but in this case, when you find yourself frantic over a situation that you feel like is not in your control, you got to calm your mind. As I said on the last show, you got to calm your mind and start reflecting back. Start reflecting backwards. What was the last situation that I was in or the issue that I faced and everything just worked itself out? Because that's really what happens. Everything works itself out. But because we're human, we get so caught up in our emotions and we just look at it right then and there. We look at the situation and just like, oh my gosh, what I'm going to do, you know what I mean? And it's so many times I just was faced with a certain situation, and I just pretty much when if I couldn't fix it at that moment, I just really just was like, okay, wrote my to-do list out. Okay, this is an issue that I need to take care of, and I left it. And I focused on what I could do. I focused on what I was able to take care of. And I'm not talking about, just on a financial tip. I'm not talking about just that. I'm talking about with anything. You know what I mean? Anything in life that you have to, that comes to you today, that you feel like you don't have no control over. You have to learn how to shift your focus to what you do have control over. Because see, what that does is this. When you shift your focus on what you do have control over, it'll empower you. You start looking at all these things. Well, I do have control over this, and I do have control over that. Oh, and I can take care of this. I'm doing this very well. You start shifting your mind and thinking that way, then it'll start coming to you like, I am powerful. I can do this. I can make it through whatever this is. Whatever this issue is that I'm facing, I can make it through this because I got control of all this stuff. I'm controlling this stuff. You know what I mean? I'm handling this stuff in this way. So I know I can handle that situation. I know I can because I did all of this. And that's what we got to do sometimes. Sometimes we got to look at the things and recall all of our accomplishments. We recall our achievements so that we can get back to ourselves. And then the thing that you're facing that you feel like you don't have any control over. And I shouldn't say you don't have any control over. You feel like you don't have any control over at that present time. Becomes very small to you. It becomes a small thing, and you just release it. I'm the type of person like this. Listen, I will let go. And if you've been listening to my podcast shows, I will let go of something real quick. Rather be materialistic, rather be a person, anything that I feel like is hindering my growth, my joy, you know what I'm saying? That's becoming burdensome. I will let it go. I will release it out of my life. You know what I mean? And some of y'all might say, dang, Adionne, you deep, you harsh. No, it's not that. It's just that I've just made up in my mind that I like being happy more than being depressed. I'll never be depressed. I've never been depressed, thank God. But I love being happy more than being in a state of mind that I feel bogged down. I'm not going to allow myself to be bogged down over a situation or over things. And once you get to that level of thinking, you'd be surprised how many things you'd be like, your whole attitude. Like, I was talking to a coworker today, and I told her, I said, I don't know if it was my birthday, but I think I think it started actually maybe 3 years ago though. I think maybe when I turned 45, I think I just got this like whatever attitude, like a kick rocks attitude. Like, yo, if you if you drama, if you just whatever, if you're not fitting in the equation of my happiness, kick rocks. Just kick rocks, because I don't have the time and the energy to give you. You know what I'm saying? I got to that point, and I think ever since I've been there, I just been so happy. I really have. You know, I've been so happy. I could remember, was it last month? I think when I first moved here and started this journey, because of the transition, you know, it was just a lot, and I kind of had to, my storage was like a whole lot, and it was just like I was behind on my storage. I kind of let it fall to the wayside, and I just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna let that storage go. Even though I had it, and I got things in there that's, you know, it's really, I'm holding on to it for pictures and videos and stuff like that. I said, you know what, I'm gonna let that go, because I don't got time to be worrying about that no more. And bam, money hit my account. I was like, God, if you want me to keep doing pictures and this and that, you know, but I'm not going to worry about it, because I got more important things to focus on. And that was what I said. That's what I put out there. The guy put out there in the universe. And next thing you know, bam, 2 days later, money just came to me. And see, we don't think, this is another thing. You got to stop looking at and putting yourself in a box and making yourself limiting yourself. And when I say that, you got to start being receptive and open to things coming to you in any way, and long as you say with grace and love. Because when you say that and you don't focus on, okay, I have this career, I'm making a certain amount of money a month. You're an entrepreneur. You know, when you're an entrepreneur, things might fluctuate for you financially or whatever. If you're on a salary, you're on a salary. If you want an hourly, whatever, you know how much you're normally getting paid from month to month, right? But yet, if you say, you know what, I'm open to money coming to me any type of way, every day, through peace and love. Just try it. I didn't believe it could happen, but I heard it from somebody, and I started doing it, and you know what, it really works. I just be like sitting there, and then all of a sudden, because I'm not stressing about nothing, and I'm just going through my everyday life, and if something comes my way, I just let it go. I just be like, oh, well, I'm not going to do that, or I'm not going to go there, or, you know, I'm not going to worry about that, you know. Next thing you know, bam, check come in the mail, money hit my account. And don't get me wrong, y'all know I work for this money. You know, I got a couple little jobs that I do on the side. I do things on the side or whatever. So even though I'm not doing much now, I'm just really focusing on this one career and journey, because of the fact that I'm here to learn and learn more about meditation, learn more about holistic remedies, and you know, natural healing remedies and things of that nature, energy healing and stuff. So my focus is there. So if y'all been following me, y'all know I said I took a pay cut, and I decided, like, okay, I know it's gonna be tight, but I want to learn this stuff. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I feel that in my spirit at this time in my life, this is where I'm at. And that's all a part of sacrifice, y'all. Like when you really want something, you will sacrifice. You won't look at the dollar sign. You will look at the fact that, oh, this is an opportunity and it's presenting itself right now and I'm ready for it right now. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to let tomorrow work itself out. I'm going to let everything else work itself out. You know what I mean? And I'm going to focus on what it is that my spirit is telling me I need to do right now, you know? And everything will fall into place. Everything will fall into place, you know? And I'm just happy. I'm when I say I'm happy, I'm telling y'all, this is the most peaceful, joyful. I'm just happy. I'm really, really, really happy. First of all, I'm doing my passion. You know what I mean? That was another reason why I decided to get on this journey, because I'm like, wow, it's like a win-win all around. I can focus on not just learning the new things that I wanted to learn, but I also can focus on my passion. And my colleague, you know, is my partner that works with me and do the coordinating. She took the meditation class today too, and I was telling her, I was like, listen, I gotta get ready for the podcast. I don't have a topic. She was like, girl, just come off the fly. I'm like, girl, I do that enough. Come off the fly enough. But I said, usually I'll have a topic. I don't even have a topic. And it was already 6:30 and I had to go get something to eat. I had to run down and get something to eat. So I'm like, by the time I came back upstairs, I'm like 15 minutes in and I'm still sitting here eating. Okay, come on, give me a topic. She was saying to me, wow, it's like another job. That's what she was saying. It's like, dang, it's like another job. No, it's not. Because when you are doing and you're following your passion, it's effortless. And just like I'm talking to you right now, it's effortless for me to talk to you, you know, because this is all about a conversation. That's what it's all about. And I just get in the zone and go with what my spirit decides to say through me to you. And every show, it's not going to be for everybody. I'm praying that it is. When you're listening, I'm praying that everybody that clicks the button, that clicks the play button or clicks the download button, that they feel like each show resonates with them and each show does something for them and stirs something up in them. That's my prayer every time before I click the button. That's what I say, that you get something out of every show. I don't care if it's one line that I say, you just like, as Oprah said, had that aha moment. Then guess what? It was worth listening to the whole show, because you got that one line that hit something in you, hit a chord that made you think in a certain way, you know? So I'm saying to you, you have to learn that. That's a skill set too. You got to learn to live for today and let tomorrow fix itself. Because if you don't, then you're going to always have a situation. You're going to always have something that's going to come your way. If you start thinking about last year, the year before, where were you at? How was your thoughts then? How did you handle the same situation then? Is it a difference? Because if it's not, then you need to look at yourself and start making that change. If you still reacting the same way to the same situation, and it's been about 10 years in that you've been having this type of situations come up or problems come at you, and you react the same way, that should tell you something. It's time to change. It's time to work on that part of you, of your personality. It is time. You got to stop. And a lot of times we've had so much help in our life. So many people that supported us with different things. And we just bypass that. We forget about those type of things. We forget about we've been in situations and we've run after certain dreams or visions, and we've had support, and we've had people to just rally behind us and say, go, you go, girl. We forget about all of that. When one issue comes, then it's like, oh, well, it's me, and oh, nobody cares, or oh, things of that nature. You know what I mean? And oh my gosh, I'm gonna pick a time. Why my thing just pop up? Can you get off of my computer, please? I'm sorry, y'all. I just didn't want the computer to restart. You know how your computer, the thing pops up talking about updates and stuff like that. It just popped up on me. I was like, oh no, we don't need to restart right now in the middle of the recording. But anyway, back to my thought. I'm about to cut off anyway, because I wasn't prepared for this whole show. But I hope that the days that I am rushing and I'm not totally prepared, but the fact that I still come on and I still talk to y'all, that shows you how I live for today. I just live for today. I don't worry about, oh my gosh, I don't have this together. Oh, I just want to show y'all with every show that, again, life is not perfect. Life is not going to always just the way you plan it out. It's not going to always go that way. You're going to have a couple little detours, a couple little hiccups here and there. And as long as you just embrace those detours, embrace those hiccups, you will always come out on the brighter side of things. I'm telling you, you will. But you gotta calm your mind, as I said the other day. You gotta calm your mind. You gotta start learning how to think outside the box. You gotta start just embracing the things that you already have in place, things that you already can control. And you gotta start thinking about rewinding the tape just for that moment, thinking about how you overcame other past obstacles. I'm not saying think about how you overcame the past obstacles to repeat the same way, the same attack, because each obstacle, each struggle, each issue might cause for a different way to handle it than you did the last time. And it could be the same issue, but it might cause for you to attack it in a different way this time. What you did before might not work the next time. So I know I didn't really get into the whole stories to kind of make you really see what I mean this go round, but I hope you get what I'm saying, that you need to live for today. First of all, because tomorrow is not promised. So that's why I'm saying let tomorrow fix itself. And it says something like that in the Bible too. I'm not even going to try to quote it. I'm just not going to try to do that today. But it does say somewhere in the Bible, don't worry about today, let tomorrow, fix itself. I don't know the whole quote, and I'm just not one of those that just remember every verse, but I do know about what the word says. You know what I'm saying? I might not know it exactly, but I know what the word says. And it says that in the Bible somewhere. It says, don't worry about today and let tomorrow, or take care of itself, something like that. But my verse is live for today and let tomorrow fix itself. So that's my verse, okay? So I'm going to let this one be a short one. And that's all I really wanted to come on and say. Now, Sunday, I do have that planned out. God willing, everything will turn out beautiful, and you will get a whole lot out of that show. I'm so excited about Sunday's show. I really am. And I just thank God for this opportunity to have this show. It's going to be a great conversation. Again, I don't like to share things until it happens. So I guess I'm going to just leave you. It's just like sometimes I just don't want to stop talking to y'all. I don't know what that is. Am I lonely? No, I'm not lonely. Far from that. But yeah, until Sunday, and a lot of people have not caught the new time, but I've been trying to say and put it out there that I have changed the time to 7 o'clock all across the board Eastern, because it helps me with my schedule to not rush as much, So 7 p.m. Eastern time, Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday. And just keep your ears open, because I don't know if I might have to drop Monday once I really get deep into the blog and really putting up a lot of information, just to make sure that I'm not burning myself out and I'm not just throwing anything out there, So for right now, though, I'm going to keep Mondays. So just keep tuning in Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay? So hopefully y'all got something out of this show, although I wasn't prepared. I hope that me coming off the fly is still helping you. So definitely share, comment, like, all of that stuff. Give me some love, y'all. Show me some love. Show me some love. I mean, y'all show me some love with the downloads and the plays. I really, 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 really appreciate y'all. Y'all know y'all don't always have to just come to Spreaker, but I know y'all listening to different places. But for those who don't know, you can catch Chronicles of Living podcast show on iHeartRadio, TuneIn, iTunes, Stitcher. It's a few Player FM. It's a few platforms, and if you go to the blog, you'll see all the different platforms on the home page. If you click those platforms, if you click those icons, it'll take you to the web page. The podcast page for that particular platform. So yeah, definitely rate me on iHeartRadio or iTunes. That helps the show to climb. So I really appreciate you guys. And until Sunday, this is Adionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from the world, saving you from yourself. Get out your own way and do the damn thing. I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all on Sunday. Peace. Thank you for listening to Chronicles of Living, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. And if you are pursuing your dreams, I'm proud of you. Because the best part of life is when you decide to live. To keep up with us, please visit chronicles-of-livin-podcast. Until next time, this is Adionne, your dream pusher. I love you guys.